Yo, what up, everybody? Rage Cage 20 here, back with some Lacuna Coil. We're almost finished. Almost finished going through all, at least getting an example from all their work throughout, at least like one, at least one per album. One or two, maybe sometimes three. We're working our way back up. We went to the newest album. We've been stepping our way upwards. We are now here at Dark Adrenaline. And we're actually doing a two-parter on Dark Adrenaline because if you watch Ginger, you already know what the two are, but I'm gonna keep it a little close to chest here on this one. So we're doing Trip the Darkness today. But someone in a video requested a different song from Dark Adrenaline album, and I wasn't planning on doing that one initially when I was going to go back through, but I was like, since we're doing Two Piece and Abysks up in here throughout all these artists and whatnot, I'll do that one too. If you go check out some Ginger, you might know which one that is early. If not, well, you can wait good 2 to 4 days, however long it takes to come out. So going through the forward files here, we're almost done with our forward files journey, which is no longer their name on YouTube. They switched it to XD NXD instrumentals. Still don't know if that person has ever watched any of these that I've done, but hey, you know what? I appreciate the information. Now, we don't got much on Dark Adrenaline, this album, because this is still kind of on the not so good stuff portion of what he was referring to. But the two things I got here on Dark Adrenaline is after he was done talking about Shallow Life, after that, their Dark Adrenaline album was a major improvement, but had an unfortunate amount of Andrea singing. Andrea's not horrible at singing, but his screaming is definitely top notch. That is not his strong suit. You know, subjective, opinion based. But even with that being said, on the songs he would suggest section, which we already did one Zombie, and anything from Deliria and Black Anima, which we chose Reckless from Black Anima, which he said might have a naked woman. The 4 songs suggested, Intoxicated was suggested from the Dark Adrenaline album, even though said avoid Dark Adrenaline album because of the unfortunate amount of Andrea singing, which in the lyrics he does seem like he has the verses and joins Christina on the chorus, so he doesn't sound wrong about the level of singing that he does. But we're not doing Intoxicated. We're doing 2 completely different songs from the Dark Adrenaline album. So that's all we got there for the 4 files for Dark Adrenaline album. Lacuna Coil, Trip the Darkness. I'm excited to see how this goes. Official music video now, of course. I'm going to probably have to release this much earlier. Release this one and the other one much earlier because, as I've noticed, almost every single Lacuna Coil video ever gets blocked immediately. I think I've only had one that hasn't. So, I'm going to have to reverse that block, which is going to take about 2 days. So, I need to release these 2 days earlier than I was planning on doing. So, that's more on me, less on you. So let's get into this. Trip the Darkness. I am ready. There's a girl with like crazy ass eyelashes and stuff. I don't know where that goes, but that's all I've seen for the 1 second I've seen in the song. Sounds exciting.
I don't want to me, come 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 to me.
Good to know. Alright. I think I get it. So, first off, I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you about the music video. I didn't see when this happened. I guess I wasn't looking when this was introduced. But all of a sudden I was like paying attention. All of a sudden we have the two different sides of the band facing each other. It's like, oh, that's really fucking cool. What, has that been happening the whole time? So that kind of happened. Maybe that was the reveal point, and that's how it's supposed to be, or I completely missed it. But I love that the two different bands, or the same band, two different outfits. One completely in black, one completely in white, and you have the white background on the black clothing, and the black background on the white clothing. Really fucking cool, and they even had the imagery of the black into the white, kind of mixing and melding and whatnot with the ink droplets or whatever the fuck they were using. Really fucking cool. Video wise, awesome. I liked what I was seeing. It was really, really cool. Musically, great fucking riff, great fucking melodic lines in some of the instruments as well. Great sound, great head rocking beat and everything. Very, very nice. The bridge and the chorus, catchy as fuck. Beautiful blending of their voices, top notch. I think I remember this from I remember this from the first exposure I had to new Lacuna Coil stuff when I did my first reaction to Lacuna Coil on this channel, which was I Forgive, but I won't forget your motherfucking name. I might have added a word or two there. Hold on. To where I remember saying this now when I was hearing it, I was like, oh, this is kind of, oh, I've said that before. It kind of came to me. What I think, I don't think Andrea is a bad singer by any means. I do think that his accent seeps in to what he's singing, which usually, like, you can have someone with like a thick, like, let's take Simone Simmons for example. I was surprised when I talked to her because I've never watched any like interviews with her or seen anything else besides her videos before I went and saw her in concert, because they were she was singing with Camelot. I went and saw a Camelot concert and she was there touring with them, which was really awesome. And having a conversation with her one-on-one, which was the most awesome thing ever. Okay. But having a conversation with her, she has a thick European accent, like thick, which you can't tell by singing, because usually singing, like, everyone sings with what would be considered the standard, like, kind of American accent or whatnot ish. Singing has its own accent, so everyone usually sounds the same when they sing. Usually, sometimes in other kind of Eastern cultures, not necessarily, but usually you do. Usually kind of westernized music, I should say, has a very music accent to it. Andrea doesn't sing like that. When he sings, his accent seeps into the way he sings, and it makes it a little maybe muddled in some places, sound a little weird in some places. I think that's really kind of what it is. Because the second verse sounded fucking awesome. Like I don't remember what he switched up. I know I marked it down. The second verse sounded awesome. The first one is just like, one, I think it's the whole accent thing. It kind of fucks with the way he sings a little bit. And secondly, it's not necessarily that he's not a good singer or a strong singer by any means, because I think he does well. It's just, I think Christina is such an unbelievably strong singer that when you have both of them singing and he's taking the lead, it's like, this is okay, but like, Christina clearly should be taking the lead. She's the stronger singer, I think, is the way what's happening here. But I really appreciate they're just like, okay, you know, all Andrea does is sing. I mean, maybe he does some mixing, production work. Maybe he's a producer of some kind. You know, maybe he knows how to work that game, so he does stuff behind the scenes. Maybe he records some instrumental lines and adds them in behind the scenes, but doesn't do it live and whatnot, or in the studio or in the videos or anything like that. So literally all he's doing is singing. He's just standing there singing. So if he doesn't have any lines, he's not really doing anything through most of the concerts and everything, right? You know? So it's kind of nice to be like, okay, I'm going to give, you know, for the lead singer to be like, okay, I'm going to give my backup singer more singing time, you know, so he has more to do when we go touring and videos and stuff like that. I can definitely respect that. But definitely then it has that balance issue of just like when Christina comes in, she steals the show. It's just like, oh my gosh, she's so fucking good, kind of in comparison. So I think that also kind of makes the like it's not his strong suit kind of thing, just because he's up against someone who is incredibly strong. And I think that's kind of what that is, potentially. That's just my theory, my guess, and whatnot. So when you have him more harmonizing and playing to his strong suits, because they don't have a screamer in the band, they have a singer but they don't have a screamer in the band. So when he starts taking his lines and stuff like in Blood, Tears, and Dust, is it, yeah, not Blood, Tears, Dust, that's right. When he's taking lines and stuff, he's screaming, which has its own sound, so like it sounds like that fits him perfectly, and I think that's what it is personally. But the second verse, he crushed. So just the first verse has a little bit of wonkiness to it. Everything else is just popping off, especially the third verse when they repeat portions or all. I didn't really have time to look at it all. The first verse, but with both of them in a very interesting harmony. Like everything else was crushing and popping off. Just the first verse was a little shaky, and I think for the two previous reasons given. That's just my guess. Other than that, fucking awesome, man. Like, I'm very interested to hear a little bit more of the video, kind of look into the lyrics a little bit deeper. But yeah, let's get into this. So I like the very fast strum going on in the beginning, and they had a beautiful moving melody line, either in a different guitar and or maybe some kind of keyboard or something like that. I couldn't really hear where the other melody line was coming from, but some really cool fast drumming stuff mixed with a beautiful melody line in the instruments was really, really nice. And then we'll check out the vocals, and the switch up when it switches from Andrea to Christina's vocals is like really cool. So let's listen to all that. I love that. Kitty, I forgot about the kitty. Again, black cat, white background. Really cool contrast they got going on here. Really fucking cool. And I think they even have a line that's just da, 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 kind of going on throughout there, or that could just be the strumming changing notes. I'm not 100% positive. Well, let's move it back. Let's listen for that again. Yeah, it's both. I think you have actually now almost sounds like a choral of voices a little bit, like a small echoing voice. Oh, it kind of sounded like that. Either way, really fucking cool. I love that melody line. I love the strumming. I love all the metal energy in here. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Yeah, I think it is vocal because I hear something like no, no, kind of like big open choral like sound there. Fucking cool.
What a day! I can barely get my eyes wide open. I don't wanna see straight. What?
Especially right there, you can hear the accent. I wanna say straight. You know, just not like British. That kind of sound more British, but you just hear how it bleeds in and kind of fucks with some of the articulation and some of the tonality of it. It's just like, you know, he even has some grit in his voice, so it sounds pretty good. It's just there's something about that meshing between his accent and his singing is just like something weird's happening there. But it's not horrible. It's decent. I'd call it definitely decent here.
My eyes wide open. I don't wanna see straight. What a day! Feels like my breath is heavy again, and I'm totally faded.
Come to me.
Not a bad push note move up there, kind of belt section fade off, kind of distant in the mix. Not bad, not bad. It's just something about it just doesn't sound right. Something about it just sounds a little bit off, a little bit like it's close, you know. But first off, not only the intensity here. Is she wearing contacts? Or her eyes really that dark? I wouldn't be surprised if that's good. Is that cat? Like there's two dots there. It might be lights like farther back that they're recording with, but I kind of see like two eyes, whiskers. Is that the cat? Is that the cat coming out of her eyes? Or is that just a trick of the recording lights? I don't know. But I like this, like, bring down some heavier, I think it sounds like some heavier rhythmic chords in there. But that switch over to the intensity from Christina. Ooh. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Come to me, come to me. I am waiting.
You got that building there and some just some nice heavy rhythmic chords in there. I love it. I love it. That's good stuff, man.
Come to me, come to me. I am waiting for you.
And not only does she have some nice intensity to her voice, but I like the kind of the breaths that she's got programmed in there. It's very nice.
Come to me, come to me. I am waiting
Good
for
breathing.
you. Come to me. I can't wait. Follow me as
I did miss that section. Okay. I did miss the section where they were facing off from each other. I just saw, you know, her with the eyelashes and stuff and the eyes and stuff for a second. I was just like, okay, it's just coming back in. Them facing off with each other really helps to see that. But I think there could be maybe like it's not bad. It's definitely very acceptable. I could use like a little bit more of a push into the chorus, a little bit more destination or arrival on the chorus, but still pretty good. I don't know if I went far enough back.
for you. Come to me. I can't wait. Follow me as I dream the darkness.
Yeah, I guess I did see it at the right moment. I mean, did I catch this? I think this is where I caught it. Maybe. Yeah, so I guess I didn't miss anything. Just I kind of missed like one scene that would have helped a little bit more. But I really like this. This is really cool. Having it like reversed and whatnot. That's pretty awesome. And, you know, having both of them singing at each other and they, you know, kind of slightly different outfit going on here and stuff. That's pretty cool. But I like the higher register that Christina's singing in here. It has this nice airiness to it. Continuing that breathiness, kind of making it more airy instead of breathy. And just kind of nice high notes in there. Sounds really gorgeous. It has that nice ta-ta-ta repeating rhythm on the same word. Very nice touch there.
Follow me as I dream the darkness. One more time.
Yeah, when they combine on this chorus, man, whenever they combine in general, they sound really good together. Like their voices complement each other so incredibly well, and I think that that's why they've been together. I assume since the beginning. I'm not 100% positive. I think Andrea and Christina have been singing from the beginning, but I haven't actually heard anything from the first like 2 albums and or EP, so I want to know. But I think that's why they've been together so long. Their voice complements each other so incredibly well. And when you have Andrea singing out that raspy, gritty sound mixed with her beautiful sound, mixing with that, it makes it when they say one more time and just in time just pop so well, and it makes it so catchy. It's great. I like how it also hangs over when she continues to sing again. That's a cool effect there. I like that. Yeah, I like it. You know, they hold out just in time, and it goes back to the riff before, to get back into the verse and whatnot. Good stuff. This is a catchy song, man. This is a really good song. I love it. I love when the voices combine. It's fucking gorgeous. 110's the next note I have here. Just kind of the second verse is just, it was just better in general. I don't know what happened, but I'd like to find out. But also I think he's harmonizing with himself in here as well. I think he has like a much lower tone of his voice that's harmonizing with his main line, which is also really cool. So I'm excited to get into that.
What a day, seconds, minutes, and hours feel over.
Yeah, you can hear that lower tone mixing with his raspy higher, like kind of mid-range tone. Like, it sounds like so far he's singing like the exact same way, but when he's spliced together like that and just kind of speaking and singing in a way, I mean, I think it's both have tonality, so it's not necessarily speaking, but it sounds like kind of a lower speaking voice, but it is still singing, still tonal. When that combines together, he sounds great, man. He should be doing that a lot more. It's weird how such a small change takes it from like, it's okay, to like, well, this is actually pretty good. You know, like, damn.
What a day, seconds, minutes, and hours feel over. There's no time here in space. What a day. I see beauty in everything, but the world is still fading away.
Come to me, come.
I think what also is helping, because you know, it sounds like Andrea usually puts a little bit of grit and rasp in his voice in general. It just kind of has that in his sound in general. But I think it's because it sounds like he's pushing that a little bit harder, like pushing it towards almost kind of like near vocal fry level, not like right next to it, but like it's verging on the same intensity and grit and sound of if he was screaming, which I think is why it sounds even better because we know his screaming voice is great. But that mixed with that harmony, top notch. That's good shit, man.
But the world is still fading away.
Come to me, I am waiting.
I love this build here and this bridge into the chorus. It's so good, and Christina's like intensity in her voice just makes it rise so much better. It's fucking awesome. Last thing I have is 150 when they go to verse 3, which feels like a repeat of verse 1. Let's see here. Yes. It's a mixture of the first half of verse 1 and the first half of verse 2. Taking the first half of verse 1 and the first two like stanzas of verse 2 and putting them together. That's pretty cool. They've done something like that before. I think it was in Zombies or something like that. That was really cool. That really was like, oh, mind blowing for me. So I like when they do that. I like when they play around with their verses and their choruses and stuff like that, and they just mix all that stuff together. It's really fucking cool, but that's the next thing I have. I love when they came together on that. It sounded really awesome. We'll just let it go through this chorus and everything one more time before we get there. That sounds so fucking good. Whew. Whew, whew. Okay, so everything fades off, right? A bunch of stuff fades off. I think there's still like 1 to 2 instruments making sound in here. I want to say some kind of keyboard and or percussion like stuff still going on as everything's kind of fading away. And you have their voices kind of much more in like a lower speaking register, just kind of saying this out, but it has a great harmony to it. You got the great intensity, I believe, of Christina. I think she's singing more intense in this section. You kind of have that like harmony that Andrea was doing with himself, but now he's doing it with Christina. Fuck, this is a blend of awesomeness right here. I'm gonna go farther back and let it push back into there again. It's just like, it sounds so fucking cool. So while this is really cool, I do love that it pushes into the white, black seeps out, she comes back, white seeps back in, which is wearing her white. It would have been really cool when she put her hand, not only did that happen both ways, but like when she put her hand in, it turned into the black clothing into the white thing. That would have been really cool. I think that would have been like a step above. But this is still fucking bitching. Anyways, God, I love this harmony they're doing with each other.
I don't wanna see straight what a day. Seconds, minutes, and hours spill over. There's no time.
And the kind of stuff going in for the drums and everything. Oh yeah, let's go.
Hours spill over. There's no time here in space.
Come to me, come to me.
Now she's doing the bridge. And it sounds like she repeats "come to me" many times before pushing into the chorus for the last time, which is also an awesome switch up and an awesome change to what everything's been happening. But now you have this just like building chords from all these different instruments and everything. It sounds like it's gonna get intense and build and build and build, like good stuff.
There's no time here in space.
Come to me, come to me.
Nice chords,
Come to me.
nice slow bass,
Come to me,
nice hold on the "come to me."
come to me. Come to me, come to me.
Nice doubling harmony in there, doubling and or harmony. Nice clear dun 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 downbeats there. God, wrong button there. Very fucking nice.
Come to me, come to me.
Well, that is a really awesome push, and I like that. It looked like in the white outfit land, she was wearing the black outfit there for a second, and like I think stuff was seeping off of her because maybe she was in the wrong zone or something like that. That was a cool effect. I think she could have even got a little bit more intense, a little bit more crazy, maybe a little bit more belting on "I'm waiting for you." Like, I think that could have pushed even harder into the chorus, but this is still a really, really cool push into the chorus. No, it's just she's in the right zone. It's just the blackness is seeping in everywhere from, I guess, when she pushed in from the other side or something like that. Really cool. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Christina. bet it could have been a little bit crazier, a little bit more like, yeah, kind of like some crazy belt and shit, but still good. Still good. I like it. Nice switch up on that, kind of going down with it, getting softer. Very good, very good. Great switch on that. Great long held belted note. Very nice. I like that they were switching up the way they were saying just in time, like every single time. Like, oh, let me go back 15 here. Let me hear that. Let me get that one more time. Let's let this end. A little bit farther back. Nice. And he hits it. Good end on that note too. And you have the beginning motif, and you have the da 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 coming back in and everything. I feel like I hear some bell chimes in there as well. Just great outros to the song. Good shit right there. That's some good shit right there. Okay. Okay. So I'm glad I listened to that song. I'm glad I chose that song because, you know, I got an eye for these things. It's whatever. Anyways, yeah, good choice on there. Good choice on there. I like that one, but you know me. Sorry, I just heard some loud noises. So I was like, what the fuck? But then I figured out what that was. But you know me, I gotta make my peoples happy. You know what I mean? I like to make you guys happy from time to time. If making you happy won't piss me off, then I like to, I'm a generous god, as Xerxes once said. I'm kind. So someone wanted me. It was a while ago. So hopefully they come back and check it out as well. Unlike potentially Ford, maybe did not, or NXT now. But we have End of Time coming up. Another music video from them. Looks very interesting. I'm excited to get into it. At least I believe it's a music video. It is. Yeah. All I remember is the dinner table with the, what would those be called? Would those be candelabras? Because they're not chandeliers. What is that? I don't know. Whatever they are. With the candles and everything, you know, that's all I remember of it every time. Yeah, I'm here for you guys. And if it's also music that I want to check out, then let's fucking do it. So after we're having a nice interjection of True to Your Heart by Jonathan Young, we're coming back with the Lacuna Coil, and after that we're getting to our last groups here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 more double piecers to get through. Before we check out a small handful of new artists, new for the channel, maybe new for me, it depends. Well, I do like 3 or 4 songs before we get back into finishing off some albums and stuff. So if there's 4 groups that we usually get to, which all of them are, well, 1 not so much, but 3 of them are. One's kind of like following a reverse to where it's like it's kind of new. I haven't checked out a lot from them yet, only very few songs, but I wanted to see more from them, and people do like watching them, so they kind of recently joined the free rotation. That's one of those groups. The other 3 are free rotation ones that we do quite often. So if we haven't seen them yet, then you can probably guess who that's gonna be, who at least 3 of those 4 are gonna be. I'm excited. We're getting close, but yeah, we're almost there. So Thank you all for joining me. Lacuna Coil, thank you so much for the music. Appreciate it. Great shit. And I will see you all next time.